no maintenance. Meanwhile, Bludger and Crow had arrived in the city, disguised as tourists. "I've got them now, Crow," Bludger whispered. "They've lost the money or they've stolen it. Either way, they're finished." The search led Mav to a local lagoon, where they encountered a friendly, 2-meter-long alligator named Rex. Rex was a local mascot who was particularly fond of peanut butter sandwiches. "Skip," Pringle shouted. "Look, Rex has something in his mouth. It's a wallet." It turned out that Bludger, in his haste to spy on the crew, had dropped his wallet near the alligator's sunning spot. Rex, thinking it was a particularly chewy snack, had claimed it. "Aha!" Mav grinned. "If Rex has the wallet, maybe he saw where the thieves went." Following the alligator, they stumbled upon a gang of black market smugglers hiding in an abandoned warehouse. The smugglers were currently counting the $62,000. "Hold it right there!" Mav shouted, drawing his sidearm. A firefight broke out, or rather, a chaotic exchange of projectiles. The smugglers tried to escape in a small boat, but Pringle had found an old, decorative cannon on the pier. "Encluse, bilingo. Encluse, enha. Enha. Encluse, encluse, and how." "Light the fuse, Percy," Mav yelled. "But Skip, it's a museum piece. It'll blow up." "Do it." Pringle lit the fuse. The cannon roared, but instead of a cannonball, it launched a massive cloud of laundry detergent, which had been stored inside for years. The smugglers were blinded by soapy bubbles, and their boat veered into a pier, scattering the payroll bags everywhere. At that moment, Bludger and the local police arrived. "Sterling, I've got you," Bludger shouted. "Where is the payroll? Hand over the stolen loot." "Stolen?" Mav asked, pointing to the soapy smugglers being handcuffed. "We just recovered the payroll from these international thieves, sir. And look, Pringle even found your wallet. Rex the alligator was keeping it warm for you." Bludger looked at his wallet, then at the $62,000 scattered across the pier, and finally at Rex, who was currently trying to eat Crow's shoe. 42,365. 42,366. Pringle began counting the bills. "It's all here, sir. Every penny." Bludger let out a long, slow sigh. His dream of a court-martial was drifting away like a soap bubble. He looked at the sapphire sea, then at his crew of misfits, and finally at the alligator. "Why me?" he whispered to the wind. "Why is it always me?" Mav clapped him on the shoulder. "Because, Commodore, without you, life on Isla de Caos would be far too organized. And where's the fun in that?" As the sun set over Nouvelle Cristal, the crew of the Serpent's Tooth headed back to their boat, $62,000 safe in hand, and a very confused alligator following them, hoping for one last peanut butter sandwich. The end. The chaos. Chronicles of Sapphire Atoll. Chapter 1. The Commodore's gastric girdle. Commodore Barnaby, Iron Stomach, Bluster, was a man whose blood pressure could be used to power a steam engine. He sat in his office on Sapphire Atoll, a tropical paradise that he had successfully turned into a personal purgatory. Outside, the sun was a blinding disk of gold reflected in the turquoise waters. But inside, the air smelled of stale coffee, burnt nerves, and the impending doom of a career in tatters. "Wow," Bluster muttered, staring at a requisition form. "Wow, wow, wow. Garter belts. Snipe, tell me my eyes are failing. Tell me I am not reading a request for 3 dozen lace garter belts." Lieutenant Silas Snipe, a man whose spine was made of pure gelatin and whose only ambition was to be Bluster's favorite shadow, snapped to attention. "You are the supply officer, sir. The nurses. They have needs. Aesthetic needs. Morale-boosting needs." "What a war," Bluster groaned, massaging his temples. "The fate of the free world hangs in the balance, and I am being haunted by hosiery. Everything is on my shoulders." "Snipe, everything." The phone rang with the shrill persistence of a debt collector. Bluster snatched it up. "Bluster here. Who is this? Tokyo Rose? No? Oh, it's the Petty Officers Club. What? The Sinks are backing up again? I am the commanding officer of this base. not the royal plumber. Fix it with a grenade, for all I care. He slammed the phone down. His stomach gave a treacherous lurch. My acid could start a tractor. He wheezed, fumbling for his indigestion pills. Sir, take it easy on the chalk, Snipe pleaded. You know how they give you the tremors. I don't care, Bluster yelled. Wait a minute. A slow, serpentine grin spread across his face. If I were truly ill, incapacitated, I could appoint an acting base commander, someone to face the heat while I'm safely tucked in the infirmary. Snipe's eyes widened. You mean him? Exactly, Bluster hissed. Commander Lucky Jack Maverick and his band of sea pirates. I'll put them in charge of Sapphire Atoll. They'll run wild. They'll break every regulation in the book, and they'll do it right in front of Grand Admiral Steel Glance Sterling, who arrives today for a sneak inspection. Maverick will be court-martialed, and I'll be the tragic hero who was too sick to stop the madness. Brilliant, sir. Absolutely Machiavellian. Bluster collapsed into his chair, feigning a swoon. Quick, call the medics. Tell them I'm dying. Tell them I have tropical gout, anything. Chapter 2. The Reign of the Scallywags. Commander Jack Maverick was leaning against the hull of the Scallywag S-13, a petty boat that looked like it was held together by chewing gum and sheer willpower. He was watching his crew attempt to sunbathe while simultaneously cleaning a torpedo tube. Skipper! Junior Lieutenant Percy. Puddles, Pringle shouted, tripping over his own shoelaces as he ran down the pier. Terrible news. The Commodore has collapsed. He's got the vapors, or the gout, or maybe just a really bad case of himself. And you've been named acting base commander. Maverick adjusted his sunglasses. Puddles, that's like putting a fox in charge of a chicken coop that's already on fire. Within the hour, Maverick was behind Bluster's desk, and Pringle was the acting executive officer. The office was transformed. Maps were replaced with posters of pin-up girls, and the filing cabinets were now being used to store illicitly brewed coconut rum. The phone rang. Pringle answered it with a trembling hand. Executive Officer Puddles here. What? The garter belts? Yes, we found them. They look like slingshots, but we're sending them over. And the sinks? Tell the boys to keep their heads down. I think we're using the rifle range for drainage now. Maverick was on the other line, juggling a cigar and a heavy-duty radio. Yeah, track that radar blip. If it's a sub, sink it. If it's a whale, apologize. We've got a party to plan, boys. Full speed ahead. The base became a whirlwind of productive chaos. The crew of the Scallywag men, like Gruber the Fixer, Virgil the Silent, and Tinker the Mechanic, were running the laundry, the motor pool, and the kitchen like a well-oiled machine, fueled by pure mischief. Chapter 3. The Maharaja of Moonstone. Tinte, Tinte, Tinte. While Bluster was in the infirmary, watching through binoculars and waiting for the base to explode, a new problem arrived. The Maharaja of Moonstone. He's coming, Snipe whispered to Bluster. The Maharaja and his 3 daughters. They were forced down by engine trouble near Moonglow Island, and Maverick is sending the Scallywag to rescue them. Bluster sat up in bed, his eyes gleaming. This is it. The Maharaja is a man of ancient dignity. He won't stand for Maverick's hospitality. When they get here, Maverick will offend them, and the Grand Admiral will have his head. On the Scallywag, Maverick welcomed the Maharaja, a man draped in silk and smelling of expensive spices. Greetings, Your Highness. I'm Commander Jack Maverick. Welcome to the fastest taxi in the Pacific. You can see, to see. To see. You can see, to see. To see. You can see, to see. You can see, to see. The Maharaja looked skeptical. I travel with priceless cargo, Commander. My daughters and my dignity. No worries, Your Highness. Puddles chirped. accidentally knocking a wrench into the bilge. We're as dignified as a church choir.